Just move just a little bit. We got to keep it pointed at your mouth.
That's because I got up and forgot where you
There you
had
go.
it attached. Sorry.
We're recording? Okay, open up on me. I'll start.
Wait, did we do a sound check?
I did one already.
We all have different voices from you, sir.
Yeah, well, we don't have anybody actually working sound, so it's kind of a, Daddy will be editing it later and cleaning up the sound on my own.
All right,
I
boss.
see.
It's all good. But yeah, that's the advantage of being
Fun,
able
fun.
to edit well, I guess.
Yeah, fun times.
Anyways, so open up here.
How do I look, Sid?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We are currently at our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. We'll be expecting a little turbulence for the next couple of minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened.
We hope you enjoy this evening's show.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Green. I have something I need to show you. John, have you ever seen anything like this before?
What is this?
It's a timer.
Did you put this in our son?
No. Nothing like that. But I'm sorry to say that I did have to put this in during surgery. It's a receiver.
Please explain.
Your son has a receiver for a transmitter. That transmitter is attached to a timer, or series of timers, if you will. If one of the timers reaches 0, your son could potentially die.
Why is this happening to my son? I didn't authorize any of this.
Your son has been selected for a special program, for a special group of people.
What do you mean by special?
The transmitter is now a living organ for Justin.
What are the side effects of that thing?
Well, there are no initial side effects. The transmitter will be inactive through his toddler years, but eventually it will activate.
Activate? It's not working already? So you guys just select kids at random?
It's for the greater good of the population, John. What's done is done and cannot be undone.
Well, that does not seem like freedom in the least bit, Doctor. We didn't even get a choice.
Hello? Yes? I understand. The kids are kids and they do the weirdest things. I'll talk to Justin tonight. And I'll come in. What's a good time? 11 o'clock? Tomorrow? Okay. Thanks. Bye. What am I gonna do with you?
This is only the beginning, son.
Hey. Look at me. They just don't understand. It'll be alright. Find a way to explain it, figure it out.
Go ahead, have a seat. Yes, I'll get it done. No problem, Professor. Hello.
Hello, I got a phone call yesterday saying that you needed to speak with me and my son. John is unable to make it. What is this about?
That's fine. I just needed one of you to be here. I wanted to talk about what happened the other day. Justin, you mind telling us what happened?
He has a condition. Sometimes he just runs off.
Okay.
Look, the doctor doesn't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is.
What do you have to say about all this, Justin?
Listen, how about this? I have the doctor write you a full report about his condition. How does that sound?
I think I can work with that. Here's my fax number on the card. Tell him I said thank you. Sorry to see you on such conditions, but I had to get to the bottom of this.
Goodbye, Mr. Steiner. Thanks for the little chat. Don't worry what they said back there. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna call Dr. Collins tomorrow.
Is this going to go on for the rest of his life? I don't know. The oldest case we have documented is a 55-year-old. The frequency of the occurrences has gone down over the years, but he still searches for his life.
How are we going to explain it to other people?
In the report, I'm putting that he has a tactile brain tumor, which causes him to do things that are out of the ordinary. In his mind, he has to complete a random task, or he simply cannot focus on anything else. My suggestion to all of you: you'll have to find a way to cope with it. There's nothing we can do at this point. His life will be different. And I hate to be the one to say this, but don't be surprised if he doesn't come home one day. Spend as much time with him as you can while he's here.
Welcome back to another episode of Film Speak. Sitting here with, guest, host, and daughter, Burn Mill Head of Hair and Makeup, Clarissa Miller. She is a frequent guest. And Diana Cousins. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a habit of butchering people's names on the show. So I have to make sure, just so that, I don't get shanked afterwards, because she looks like the type who would carry a shank. Yeah.
You mean my hatchet?
That hatchet, see, that's a little bigger. So thank you for coming on the show. Now you are an actress, model, hair and makeup. I mean, you cover.
I dabble about anything, and my passion carries me along. I'm pretty good at whatever I try to do, and if I'm not, I learn from mistakes and continue to keep striving and doing what I need to do.
That's the best way to do it. Well, tell us about some of your experience. Well, you don't have to get in depth. We don't need the history of the world part 1 or anything. But I mean, we're both cast in the movie Badfellas right now. That's how we met.
Yes. Lovely Badfellas. I am actually going to be playing Pearl. She's a dancer, an erotic dancer. Crazy dialogue, some fun dialogue, some kick butt of a movie. I'm kicking some butt in it too.
So. Being a Russian gangster and stuff, there's a lot of those scenes I'm really looking forward to, but there's the scene on me on the toilet where I just keep thinking, oh God, can I do that? I mean, because am I going to method act? Should I eat chili, like a few days before?
Drink some
No,
coffee.
I actually.
Drink some coffee.
Coffee will do it.
Honestly, I think you've got the whole toilet thing down.
You think
The bathroom's
I
next to
can
my
do that?
room, and I hear plenty.
Yeah, well, what led you to Badfellas?
I came across a Gmail posting that William Lee, the producer, the writer of Badfellas, actually broadcast it to go on Lex's Gmail.
Oh, sweet.
And I went through there. A lot of people had to do a clipping, an audition for, but he came back and said, no, I got a part for you. I did do the auditions, though. I actually did the audition for the other 2. The one that Paisley is
Supkina,
yes,
my henchman.
And the younger
Hench person.
what's her beauty who I'm talking about?
The one who's playing the martial art kick butt.
butt.
Yeah.
With the short dark hair. And
names. No.
Names.
No,
I don't.
no.
Well, we're on the wraps of even talking about certain parts of the movie anyway.
Yeah,
so,
true that. We might get in
we
trouble.
Might, yeah. So we gotta watch what we say, not too much into it. So.
Well, my first film getting into acting was in recent years
Mm-hmm.
was William Lee. was a William Lee film, so it was
Yeah.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a little more acting here and there since then.
But this movie is going to be a comedy gangster, like Pulp Fiction, often like old Badfellas and stuff. So I'm pretty psyched about it.
What was it called again?
Badfellas.
Badfellas
Badfellas.
with a Z.
Yeah.
With the end.
Kind of like a comedy Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Take the cliches of some of the greatest
And different.
gangster
Ties
films of modern
into-
times. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it's a
feel it.
comedy. So, you know, take those and mix it with Animal House, and you kind of get the idea of where this movie's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. William Lee, he's been working, I guess this has been his idea since the late 80s.
Yeah.
And he's finally
Yeah,
doing
he
it.
said something about that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think when he was a guest
Yeah.
on here.
And we are doing crowdfunding too, and if you can't like put in $1, $5 into.
So that's a plug.
Yes.
Anybody
yes.
watching, crowdfunding, Badfellas, we would greatly appreciate it. We could afford more blood that way.
We're on Facebook.
I could take one for the team. You can
YouTube,
use
Twitter,
You just use your
Instagram.
blood.
We're on all the social media sites. So
Now, Clarissa, you have been fairly busy of late helping us. Actually, Clarissa just recently had kind of her acting debut in a short film,
Yeah.
playing a demon. It was typecasting.
Like a teenage white girl.
Demon.
Like demon. Demon in the shape
Well,
of your
you're
typical
white.
Yeah, like
teenage, bratty.
like a spoiled wasp.
Yeah.
You know, if a spoiled wasp was also a demon, that
I
that
mean,
would
what
have
do I
been
know
Clarissa's
better? Right?
She didn't have to act.
Not a bit.
I've done some short films through the past couple years. Done some theater work at Art Institution on stage.
Which
and
one do you
high school.
prefer? Do you like stage acting, or do you like acting in a film more?
Acting in the film more.
A lot easier.
Yes, I know.
I think I might actually be better at like theater. I
Acting?
feel like the over the top thing is
Well, yeah, you're over the top,
Good
but
for
also there is no second takes. There is
Right.
no, because I always love that. I've said it before, like 2 other times on this show. But my favorite year, there's a line where he says, Peter O'Toole says, "I'm not an actor. I'm a movie star," and then there's a lot of truth in that.
right.
But tip my hat to anybody who can transverse both. Now, if
I
people
do my
want to
best. I do.
yeah, it's a different style, you know. Because to me, film is about. Sorry, I just touched my mic. Film to me is
No,
about
he's
subtlety.
lying. He touched his boobs. He wanted to feel funny, rubbing. Yeah. There he goes.
Oh,
See?
no.
Sexy bod. Just want to fear. Now I got her blushing.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. She's like,
She's on the young side.
Oh my.
no, she's not shocked by this at all.
Oh,
because
okay.
this-
Oh,
I've had
I-
18 years with this
yeah.
guy.
Oh, all right.
I am like
Keep me in
this
your
whether
prayers.
the cameras are on me or not. It doesn't matter. This is me. Take me or leave me. I don't care.
That's normally what I say.
So you've done. Do you have any stage shows or anything coming up?
Oh.
And now it's time for the Cafe 125 show.
All right, here we are again for the Cafe 125 comedy segment. We have Mike Castanero. Did I say that right? Close enough. Come on down. Hey! Very funny man. Thank you for coming on again.
Thank you. Let me get this untangled. You guys are a film audience. Like impersonations? Yeah. Gary Busey. I only got fire keep me stick. Thank you very much. How come my seatbelt don't fit you? Because you didn't wear your helmet, Gary. Wear your helmet. I like when a movie title should really tell you that the movie sucks. You know, I went and saw Les Miserables, the movie remake. About 10 minutes into that, I'm like, oh my God, I should have seen this coming. I am so miserable. Russell Crowe is singing. I have never been so miserable. Should I have to fake that I go to the bathroom right now? Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Kind of antisocial. I want to live in a neighborhood with just all diabetic people. That way no one will knock on my door and ask to borrow a cup of sugar. You know, it's diabetics and people allergic to eggs. That's my dream neighborhood. If there was only a Jehovah's Witness protection program, then I'd be all set. You know. People talk to me a lot, though. Disproportionate numbers of people talk to me. Maybe I have a trusting face. Maybe they should do their research. I fit the demographic profile of most serial killers. Boy, I sure am lonely here at this post office line. Maybe I'll go strike up a conversation with that 40-year-old, clean-cut, socially introverted, relatively well-educated white guy. What could go wrong? What could go wrong is I'll be wearing your skin. That's what could go wrong. I don't know. I was walking through downtown Dayton the other day because I like a good challenge. You know, this lady barks this out at me. She's like, "Sir, come over here and look at this parking meter. It says 100. Is that 1 hour or 1 minute?" I'm like, "That is 1 hour, ma'am." "Are you sure?" "You don't believe me? Well, you just wait a damn minute." How's that? You know, something gonna happen to it. Something gonna happen. All right, that fell flat. I know for you. Time to switch gears, maybe. What I do during the day is I teach chemistry at a community college. I don't want to say which one because it's like right down the road. You know, I want them to find out. That is a tough gig, teaching chemistry at a community college. Some of our students aren't prepared for college. If I had $1 every time I had to say, "Look, I don't know who taught you. The nucleus of an atom does not contain protons and croutons." It's just, I know you were homeschooled, Jeremiah, but that's not how it works, bro. Lame excuses, heard 'em all. "Mr. Canistero, I can't come to my test. My cat caught on fire." I'm like, "What? We were burning candles." "What? We went over this. Cat plus oxygen plus ample starting heat yields flaming cat. That's the feline fire triangle. We went over this." I tell you, the other day I had this group this semester, and I was telling the class, you know, like, "Guys, I'm getting old. I can't stand the whole time. I get these shooting pains down my leg and my arm." And this kid pipes up and he's like, "Well, Mr. Canistero, do you think we constructed a voodoo doll of you, and every time you feel the pain, it's us poking it?" And I'm like, "No, look, I know that you guys would never do such a thing because that would require you actually apply yourselves." And so, totally no. The thing I get asked a lot, you torture those students with the periodic table, don't you? You torture them with it." No, I don't torture my students with the periodic table, but I would if I could. And so this next segment is elements of torture, where I will go to each member of our 4-person audience and I will ask them what element they would like to be tortured from the periodic table. And to make it extremely more torturous, I will do it in the persona of overacting community theater guy. The kind of guy whose over projection and over the top, whatever, exactly, routinely spoils independent films. So, you there, sir. My, you looked handsome as Willy Wonka, but that's another story. Name for me an element which you would like to be tortured with. Uranium. I wish there was some comedy in that. How about carbon? No. How about barium? Good. I didn't really let him pick now, did I? I will take barium. I will dissolve it in acid. I will precipitate it as the sulfate, mix it around with surfactants, and I will cause a milky suspension. I will say, "Drink up!" And then you'll be like, "No, too chalky. Too chalky." So I will add some creamsicle flavoring in it for now, just to appease you. And I will have you drink 2 of them while I tie you to a chair, and you'll say, "Are you going to give me a CAT scan now?" And I will be like, "No, I'm going to give you 47 CAT scans, and I will take you to the radiology department of the nearest hospital. I will bribe the technicians off of their job. Pack of smokes usually does the trick. And I will sit and I will whip you in and out of the CAT scan tunnel 47 times, and I will work up the images, and I will supplant an image of a Coke bottle in your colon, and I will post it on social media, and your Christian friends will shame you, and that's how I will torture him with barium. Who's next? Yes, you. You have a fine head. What element would you like to be tortured with? Bromine. I will take bromine in its liquid form, and I will sneak into your house. And while you're sleeping, I will take that little CPAP mask off of your face that you breathe through. And then I will replace the tube with liquid bromine, and I will hold it up, and it'll go down in your lungs, and its flesh-eating properties will cause your alveoli to burst, and you will be like, ah, 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 and I'll be like, ha, 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 ha. And that's how I will torture you with bromine. I should probably torture the TV audience next. With which element should... Neon. I wish there was comedy in that too. Why must you all pick the inert elements? I will try to torture them with neon. No, with helium. I will sneak in and do the same thing I did to her, and the CPAP mask will go, and your spouse will beat you because of the weird noise. That's all I've got for neon. How about one more? Mr. William will close us out here. Name an element you'd like to be tortured with.
One that begins with A.
Aluminum, maybe. Or aluminium, if we're Australian. I don't know why. I will take aluminum, and I will construct... I know, I don't get it either. I will construct a furnace out of a pot holder, kind of like that one, and I'll put concrete in the middle of it with a coffee can, let it dry, put a little hole in the side, feed it with oxygen through a hairdryer. I saw this on YouTube, so I know it works. And I will then put charcoal briquettes, fire up my aluminum melting furnace, and I will pop in 62 aluminium cans until they're in a molten state. And then I will tie William to a chair, and I will say, now watch as I pour the molten aluminum into a cast, and it will harden there. And you'll be like, what are you going to do with this big rod of aluminum that you've made for me? And I will just say, ha, 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 because I know, and you don't. And then, as it hardens, I will take a heat-proof glove, and I will say, William, now's your time, and I will bop him over the head with it. I don't know. That's all I've got for them. And that's how I torture William with aluminum. I don't remember how to get this thing back in here. How does it go back in? It's like this. I bend the cord. Thank you very much. There you go. I'll hand it off karaoke style.
Not the first time somebody's passed something off to me to put in a hole. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you very much. Very funny man. He has joined us before. Of course, in case they missed the last episode, where can they find out more about you, sir?
Just Twitter, Mike Canistero on Twitter, and you try to post my schedule there on Facebook too. Try to keep up with it.
So Facebook, Twitter. Look at the end of the episode. We'll have some information so you can find out more about this very, very funny man and where to see him. Thank you, and I hope you'll be coming back again.
Yes, absolutely.
Other than an anime web series coming up in the summer.
What's the name?
It's called Hen House Hustle.
Hen House Hustle.
Yes.
And that will they be able to watch that on YouTube or Vimeo?
I believe so.
Oh, dig it.
It's going to be on online.
So come July, August, I recommend. I want to check it out. Hen House Hustle. I like a good.
And they're
animated
also
feature.
fundraising. The producer and the director of that is Philip Hepfinger.
That is some last name.
I know.
Hey, I butcher names all the time. It is about time somebody has got on here and screwed up names beside me. Heck a finger.
I'm better with faces than names, but I'm working on knowing the names with the faces. So bear with me. I've got better through the years.
It's a work in progress.
On those ends, yes. I am a work in progress. An upcoming, supposed to be a drama, thriller, horror, slasher film with Chase Dudley.
Oh, sweet.
As far as I know, he was always been checking me out and looking to have me in. He says I got that don't mess with her type of face that can just work anywhere, and he's been wanting me to work in his films.
So, do you have an affinity towards horror? I mean, are you a horror fan?
Yes, I am.
Because I remember earlier you commenting on somebody's Star Wars shirt. Which,
yes. One of your crew members was walking by. Is he your son?
That is my son. That is
His
another one of my
son.
spawn.
He was wearing Star Wars, and yes, I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I like Star Wars. I have seen them all. Except I'm waiting for see the new series.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what J.J. Abrams is going to do.
Yes.
I'm a huge dork. I count in 1977, sitting in the theater watching those words first scroll up coming by. That's up there with.
You're a lot older than I am, so.
I like how she threw a lot older in there. She just couldn't say, you're older than I am. She had to say, you're a lot older than I am. That's just peachy.
It's not like you didn't know.
I know I'm old. All you got to do is stare at the top of my head. And you're like, oh my God, all that gray hair. That dude is old.
Well, your daughter's head of hair and makeup. We could do something about it.
I could do something about that.
But you insist.
Hey, you and your brother put every one of
You and I
these.
can both put some dye in it.
Yeah, we can color it for you.
You and your brother put every one of
You
these
don't
on
have
my
any
head.
hair, so
I earned
we don't
them and
have
I
to worry
wear them like
about
a badge of honor.
Yeah, we could just spruce them up with some brown.
Little brown.
that.
Maybe get some frosted tips.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
not actually.
No.
It's not 2002.
No.
Embarrassing. You look like Dear Slim. I wrote you. You still ain't calling.
I'll get some frosted tips. I'll open my shirt up halfway, wear some gold chains with maybe a medallion on it.
Oh no.
You could just not actually.
You'd always get you some face paint.
Well, to close, for one, Clarissa, for projects coming out, she is a part of the Burn Mill film Buried Tales, which just got finished and looking for distribution. We're going to be having a premiere party for that here soon. She's a head of hair and makeup in that also. And plus, the summons will be coming to YouTube for her to check out. Now, with all your projects you have coming up, where else can people find out more about you? Do you have a Facebook page, Twitter?
Yes, I do. I'm slipping everything out of my mind right now, but yes, I'm on Facebook. I got 2 accounts. I have a community like page as well. It was supposed to be my model page, director producing thing, but somehow Facebook got messed up on me making that, and now I have to start a whole new account. But I'm on regular Facebook. You can find me at Diana Cousins Facebook, and my like page community is right below it. Like when you log me in, you can also find me on Twitter. You can also find me on Instagram and YouTube. But for some reason, I haven't posted anything on my YouTube account. I can like and share other people's pages,
but you can't upload your own.
Yes. So, but I'm mostly on Facebook and Twitter. You can definitely find me more on those sites. I'm constantly on there.
At the end of the episode in the credits, look forward. We will have some of that contact information so you can be able to. Because let me tell you, it's important to have lots of people reading your twitting. Twits.
And
twits.
Remember when you were trying to play it off like you're not that old?
Oh, yeah.
Twitter.
Completely
Tweets.
foobarred at that time.
The icon's a bird. Birds tweet. You know?
Well, thank you for joining us, you 2 lovely ladies. And please stick around while we talk about the impact of the fantastic film Train Spotting, which is why my daughter's on this episode, found out we're going to be talking about Train Spotting, and I was basically held hostage to give her a spot.
Yeah,
My favorite ever.
Yeah,
So join us in just a minute. Thank you.